One time I went to this psychic and she like told me that I should delete my Finsta and I didn't even realize it. Like, I was kind of like, girl, I'm just trying to pop off on the gram. I was like going through a breakup and I was posting like so many updates about my ex and like how horrible he was. And I had some of his friends that followed me still on the Finsta and they would like report it back to him. Like, it was an iconic way to message someone without actually directly messaging them. And I was just being so funny. It was like a living, breathing journal. And so like I had this Finsta, I go to this psychic. And obviously, simultaneously when I'm going through the breakup, also trying to get my ex to want to be back together with me because I was 18 years old and that's just what you do. So while I'm being like, you know, such a menace on the internet and like dragging him to hell and back, which he deserved, I was also like begging to have him back. So effectively I was like, okay, so like, are we gonna get back together to the psychic? And she was like, well, I mean, the good news is he's really gonna like your new titties because I had just gotten a breast reduction. And I was like, okay, amazing. Since when I was 18, I was like doing things for the male gaze all the time. And so I was like, perfect, wonderful. And then I was like, well, like, when are we gonna get back together? Like, are we gonna get back together? And she's like, well, I'm sensing that you're like posting things online right now that like aren't being productive toward like you guys getting back together. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, my Instagram is so normal, like we're not blocked on anything. Like, I'm so confused. Like, I really didn't know what she was talking about. I was like, what? And like, she was like, yeah, you're just posting things online that like are really a turn off to him. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, my Insta's slaying lately. Like, I look so good. Like, I definitely am crushing it. So I don't know what you're talking about. Like, all this psychic shit is fake. And I left. And then like a few weeks later, I was like, okay, so like, are we gonna get back together? And my ex, and he was like, I mean, one thing about you is that you're like the most immature fucking human being on the planet. And like all that Finsta shit is like disgusting and I hated every minute of it. And like, because of that, like, I'm down to hook up with you because like you have a hot bod, but I literally hate your personality. And I was like, oh, so she was right. I haven't had a Finsta since then because I just realized like it was probably toxic, but then I just like became an influencer full time. So I don't know, world works in really funny ways. That psychic is really good. She's in West Long Branch underneath where the inkwell used to be. And yeah, we didn't get back together.